tick, tick, tick. Waiting for that last minute for your hell. Now stop playing games, go and bring your downstairs. Come on, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Girl, you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time. Come on, girl, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Girl, you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time. Took me 20 to get ready, yo. Shower, moisturizer, and the fit I had on yesterday. Uniform necessities, multiples of everything. Now your neighbor wanna come and speak to me like,
hey, how you doing? I ain't too bad.
Ha 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 ha. Hit her with a few fake laughs. She talking my ear off. It's sympathy I lack. I care about one thing. Where the at? Anyway, gotta pay a little more. If we late to the jack, gotta jet cause the boat leave at 8. And we got some fur on the upper deck in the orchestra. Gon' play it. For every album project, you ain't scared to change cause it's in coming out your pockets. My fruity and slick, I'm rude a little bit. Don't be acting so appalled. All y'all girl, let it put so much into tonight, and you just don't care. Now stop playing games, gun, bring your downstairs. Come on, girl, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Tonight, just don't care. Playing games, gun, bring your downstairs.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we start Week 9 with a prime-time matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? It is fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Sanders to begin the drive. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They go play action with Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Brad, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
On 1st and 10, Mills. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step toward forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Play action now, Mills. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Taken at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Another run here with Sanders. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. He was brought down by Kamu Brugier-Hill.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. There he goes, left side. Past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang.
And intercepted. Wilson spurred of the game. Desmond King picks it. And the return will stop right around the 25. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach is on.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retained possession, still have an opportunity.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. The kick by Fairbairn is good, And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, their offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Off the play fake, Mills. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
This is taken at about the 14. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. He's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And he's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now flags come in here. Look like one of the Eagles might have moved. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 3. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Now here's a throw that's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mills. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. The Texans at 3 and 4 on the year coming into play. And they've lost 3 straight here. And it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Again, it's Mills. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Third and short yardage, Mills. That's to McCaffrey, complete. He's got the first down and more. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mills. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. O.J. Howard, his 9th touchdown of the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not all now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
It's a second down run with Sanders. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. There's Wilson to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Here's Aaron Siposs out now to punt on fourth down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up second down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On play action, Mills. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Mills now. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So the penalty there winds up on the offense. So obviously it's declined, and we have a change of possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders from 19 yards away. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he whips that one incomplete there.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mills to throw it. Crossing route complete. Catch made by Cooks. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Howard. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 36 yards out. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On second down, McCaffrey. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Throwing, Mills. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now it's Wilson. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
This is certainly a team that has proven it wants to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And now here's another interception. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Sheds off the tackle. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, only to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 24, Mills. This is caught. It's close. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They go play action. Mills. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football, So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 92 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Second down, back to Sanders. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Okay, great.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Running right, here's Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Desmond King picks it. There he goes left side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TV.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And this is caught by Watkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Wilson. Ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the 1st down marker. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And this is caught. He hits more. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Wilson. And now here's another interception. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked rocked around the entire game. And while they slowed him down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Smith, the NFC's leading tackler in 2020, there on the stop defensively.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now, it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. They'll start out here with the option left. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Mills on 3rd and 2. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. Touchdown, Texans. O.J. Howard with his second touchdown of the night. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken at about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. One last shot for Wilson. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. pass off the field. They can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. We go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Texans, they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Giants next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they will be back home next week for a date with the Washington Commanders.
I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. For the bank and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my boy.